So hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all. Welcome to this edition of Soccer Hub Talks. My name is Ricardo Albeira. I'm the CEO and founder of Soccer Hub. As many of you already know, Soccer Hub is an online education platform for soccer coaches, soccer analysts, soccer performance analysts. Well, just visit us and get to know a bit more about what kind of content we usually offer. Before we start, I would like you please to click on the like button if everything is okay with the audio and the video. Please do it now. And also, so we can adapt a bit our conversation to your needs, please write on the chat box some information about yourselves, such as the country that you are based in, and also some information about your job, okay? As you know, this is a live event, so you will be able to ask questions. Once again, just write it on the chat box that I will select some to introduce to our speakers. So today's subject is soccer career preparing the future now. The idea is to understand how can soccer players prepare themselves before they finish the career. It's a very hot topic at the moment. And for that, we invited the professional soccer player Tarantini, Vaz, and the financial advisor Diogo. We will introduce them in a short minute. Okay, here they are. Hello, Tarantini. Hello, Diogo. How are you guys?
Hi, fine.
Hi, also.
Okay, before we start, let me just do a small introduction to our audience so they can get to know you guys better. So Diogo Luís played as a professional soccer player in clubs such as Benfica, Beira-Mar, Naval, Estoril, Leixões, and Apollon. He has a degree in economy by the Universidade Nova de Lisboa, and is currently a financial advisor at Golden Wealth Management, and also a caller and an analyst, a sports commentator at the Portuguese sports channel Bola TV. Tarantini Vaz, currently playing in the first league Portuguese club called Rio Ave, where he played since 2008, okay? He has a degree and a master's degree in sports science from the University of Beira Interior, which he obtained still while he was a professional footballer. Well, he's still playing. In November 2017, he released the book, Minha Causa, My Cause, with advice for his fellow professionals on life after retiring from the game, okay? Currently, he's a motivational speaker. He delivers lectures in companies, universities, schools, and clubs about how can people reach their goals. So my question will go straight to Tarantini. Tarantini, as I explained previously, you have that book called My Cause, but it's not only a book, right? Can you please explain us a bit better what is that specific project, My Cause, Tarantini?
Hi, Ricardo. Thanks for the invitation. It's a pleasure to be here with you. And Luís, Diogo Luís. The book My Cause is about my story, about my career, about my my path in my dual career. It's all about how I started my path, the football, and in 2017. I share many locker rooms with my colleagues, and I think something needs to be shared with the parents, others, players, agents. So I wrote the book My Cause to witness the minds about the all entire career, the development of the career, but essentially about the future, about the post-sports career. It's about that. So because there is many issues we can talk here, I think we'll talk about that, about the financial problems, education problems. So my book talk about this. These all of kinds about my career and my story of life.
Okay, Tarantini, thank you very much. Diogo, let's go back a bit. While you were still a football player, we are here discussing how should the players be prepared to leave their career and start working in a different subject. But my question is, at the time, Diogo, were you conscious that you should be preparing your career after playing? Was something of a concern when you were still playing, Diogo?
First of all, good afternoon. Thank you for the invite. It's a pleasure to be here with you and with Tarantini. About your question, yeah, I always had that in my mind because first of all, I have a family that supports me in everything that I do, and of course, I have a brother that is my example because he's older than I am. So my mother, my father always put me in my head that okay, you can be a professional player, but you always have to have something aside of you. So if something goes wrong, you have to have a plan. So my plan was to continue studying. I'm a little bit older than Tarantini. At that age, I can tell you, I played always in Benfica in the youngest, and I think I was the only one that continued to study till the end. So when we got 15, 16 years old, we went to the selection teams, to the international teams, and most of them didn't go anymore to the school. I continued to study. It was one of my goals. It was not easy. I'm telling you because I didn't play always in Lisbon. When I got out from Lisbon, I just had time to make the exams. I didn't go to the lessons. I always study alone. And you know, when you play football, when you are far away from your home, and you have your friends, your colleagues that play football, and then after the games, after the training, they are going to take a walk. It's not easy for you to stay at home and study. I had always that goal, and I find myself, I concentrate myself, and I could manage to finish it in a good university. It was not easy, but as that was in my mind always since I started beginning the football. I could finish it, and I'm very happy and glad to do it because I had a different path, a different way where I could look and not just to follow the football. So I could decide which way I wanted to go.
Well, the truth is that everybody's talking about it. How can players keep studying while they are playing? I'm aware that it's not easy. I know that there are some projects, even that Tarantini is involved with the Portuguese Football Players Union. I know some efforts also from the European Union and FIFPro concerning the dual careers, as you talked a few minutes ago, Tarantini. But in your opinion, how are those projects being implemented? If you believe that if they are effective, if they are generating results, and if you believe that if the players are better prepared now for their careers after soccer, okay? Do you believe that these projects that are being implemented are having results, or it's only show off from the politicians in Europe? What do you think about it, Tarantini?
It's my opinion. I know only in Portugal one project, effectively. It was the UAR. I think is in Portuguese is Unidades de Apoio ao Rendimento. Was the project in the high school. So we can conciliate the school and the sports, professional sports, the same time, but only in high school, not in the university, because in Portugal the universities has independently management. So is a Portuguese project. So I know this project because I'm an ambassador of the project. I know that project works well. So, but I don't know other projects in Portugal. But the problem is this problem is not a recent problem. Okay, many years. We can talk about this problem. Probably Diogo Luís know about that more than me. But this problem always exists in football, in other sports. But in Portugal, this issue is have 5, 6. We can talk about this about 5 years ago, and all is very recent. So we can change the situations one day, 1 year. Is take a time. So I think the federations, the union, the Portuguese union, probably the UEFA, the FIFPro, essentially the FIFPro, have been work in this issue, because I studied in my PhD right now. I know the status, the education status is a positive factor for the transition. So we need to talk about this factor. So I don't know other projects effectively. I know the one project. I declined the participation because I didn't have many time to dedicate to many projects. So it's the Goal project. I think is the project who integrates the FIFPro, some governments in Portugal. So I don't know about other projects, but in many cases, I think when we talk about these issues, is show off.
Okay,
It's my opinion. Okay, Ricardo. But
I agree. I agree.
Because I see the problems. I see effectively the don't exist nothing in Portugal. I don't know. I don't know the reality about the academies, the big academies, but I agree when the people said we have done a good work. We care about the children, but I think we can look one person in some project and care about the child, but the other guys don't care about. They care about the business, not about the future of the future players, football players. So it's my opinion. I think in about 10 years, because the situation have been changed, we can about differently about this problem. But right now, only one project works in Portugal, is WAR, not others.
Yeah, I'm aware of it. I saw some efforts from FIFPro and as I said, from the European Union to stimulate different institutions in different countries to implement this kind of projects. But the truth is that the results are not showing up. Even though, in my opinion, in my experience, I work with education in football, I would say for the last 15 years or a bit more. And I can find more and more interest from current football players to be involved in post-graduations, in different courses. For instance, one example, we have here David Caiado. He's playing in Romania. He's a student of mine in a post-graduation about sports management, And I can give you many examples that players that are still playing and they want to learn to be better prepared. Okay, I would say that it's not the majority of the players. I'm sure of it, but I can feel that many more players are more interested in preparing themselves for the future. Okay, so I just invited David to get into this discussion. I'm trying to see if he can get in, because it's something interesting to have. Also, an idea for someone that's working abroad and to have his opinion. But in the meanwhile, I would like to ask a question to Diogo. As I was saying, I know many former soccer players, and usually they are very suspicious about doing investments because back in the day, and still happens, they were many times misled by not well-intended people, and they feel like very suspicious. Are the players now more cautious and in fact doing investments? Do you believe that they look for people that have the knowledge to take care and handle those investments, or they are still being advised by the family, the parents, the agent? Well, do you feel any change in that, Diogo?
No, I don't feel it. I know that there is a problem for them. I agree with Tarantini. I think most of this talk is just for us to look and to see, oh, okay, they are worried about this thing. And I think they cannot choose the right people because, first of all, they don't know how to invest. So it's hard for them to go and to invest in something that they don't know. So first of all, I think that the most important thing is to give them skills so they can understand what they can do. And second, they must be they must understand what is that investment is going to do to their lives in the future. So when I work, for example, with any client, I try to explain all the things that I'm going to present to them, all the details. Okay, I can be wrong, we can be wrong, but we have always a plan. And most of all, you have to focus on the plan if the things go wrong. If the things go right, nobody will be worried about that thing. So I think for us to talk about the future of the sports, and normally we talk about the big players, but the big players are just 5% of all the football players or the sports players or the players that play sports. So I think to be more effective, we have to involve all the parties, the governments, the clubs. The clubs are really important, the federations, and I think we should start from the youngest, and we should give them skills, we should give them competencies so they can understand that this is a problem, and more important, we should give them skills to prepare them for the future. Because when you are talking with 30 youngest people from Benfica, Porto, Sporting, for an example, just one or two are going to get there. What are going to do the other 28 kids? So they must understand that. And we must prepare, first of all, I think the clubs must prepare the kids for the future, to be a good human being. And second, they must follow and prepare them for football. But I think the two things are integrated, because when you play football, you have, and Tarantini can say this probably better than me, because he wrote a book and he continues to play. And I think now the football is different. But you have a lot of skills and competencies that you earn in football, you earn in sports that you don't have in other place. When I start working, I didn't know where I was going to. It was hard for me. I can tell you. One time I was lost, but then when the way started to appear, when you start to walk, you understand that you have the skills. So the skills are inside, and I can tell you a lot of skills that many people doesn't have, and many people that I worked: leadership, teamwork, concentration, taking decisions under pressure. Because in the football you have to take always the decisions under pressure, because you are pressured by the opponent, but you are also pressured by the people that are in the stadium, and you have always to be right. If you are not right, it's a bad thing for your team. So you have to be prepared for that. You have to understand that, and you have to live with that. You have to lead with different cultures. That is really important in the world today, because we don't live in Portugal. We live in the global economy. So today we live in China, we live in the United States, because the internet, for example, we are here talking with each other and we are not in the same place. So we must understand that, and that is really important. And the sport gives you the hard work, the persistence, because you know that you can fail, but you know that in the week after you can give another answer, different answer. So the sport gives you things that you are not going to have in the normal life, and I think if you can give to the kids these skills and other skills like education, like prepare them to be a better human being, social skills, for example, I think Tarantini is right. In 10 years we will be in different positions. But answering to your question, it's hard. It's hard, especially not only in sports, I can tell you, Ricardo, because the financial literacy in Portugal is too small. People doesn't have it. And financial literacy is important not only for you, but also for the social. Because when you are going to vote in one person, you must understand the message that that person is giving to you. And I believe that 60 or 70% of the people that choose our governments, our leaders, doesn't understand what they are talking about economy, and that is a bit pity, because they can give you wrong ideas and you don't understand what they are doing, so you are voting for them because okay, he has a good appearance and something like that. So I think we must be more effective. We must try to first of all prepare the people and the people in the sports to be better human beings, and then after all we must prepare them for winning, for being hard workers, and for having fair play. I think that is always a thing that we have to prepare them, because unfortunately in Portugal we see too many bad examples. Let me just say a little bit more. I talk too much. You always understand. But I think these ideas that we are talking about can grow up with examples. You have here a good example, Tarantini, because he is still a football player and he is respected by all the people, not just for the opponents, but also from the referees. And
not always.
If you have good example, okay, but if you talk with them outside of the pitch, they respect you. They call you the doctor. Okay, so if they call you the doctor, they know that you are different from the others. So Tarantini is a good example to go to the schools to talk to them. But it's not just Tarantini. Tarantini plays in Rio Ave. If you have players from Benfica, from Porto, from Sporting that have higher percentage that the kids recognize, and they go to the schools and they pass this message, hey, this is a really good job that they are doing. But they have to the clubs must have that idea. They must understand the importance to go to the schools, and also engaged with the governments, with the authorities, because I think it's really important. Just to give a hug to David Caiado, my friend, and I play with him in Estoril when he was youngest, and good person and smart. He's preparing. He's also an example of what a player should do.
Yeah, thank you, Luis. Thank you, David, for accepting my invitation. It was like a good surprise to see that you were watching, and I decided that it would be interesting to have you on board. And my question goes to you now, David. Diogo was talking that the role of a club in educating the player is absolutely essential for their future. Okay. I know that you are worried about your future. You are doing education and everything else, but in your club, on the club that you went through, did anyone already said to you that, David, you have to invest in your education because you might not become a huge player, so you have to think about it? Is that something that someone said to you during the process of you becoming a player, David?
Can you hear me? Yes.
Yes.
Hello, Ricardo. Thanks for the invitation. It was a surprise for me. To Diogo, also, that's my friend Tarantini, my friend from football. We are colleagues, and I admire him a lot for what he do for the football players in Portugal. About your question, only in Sporting Lisbon I had that opportunity to have some people to tell me that the studies are really important, because I grew in a great academy that tell us that it's important that you develop like football players, but first of all, we need to think like students. Mm-hmm. So from that part, I took that part from Sporting, and I think about it for all my career in professional football. After years in football, professional football, I can tell you that there are not many cases of football players that are thinking about their future. They are living the day. They are living like it will be something for always. And no one club where I play speak about the importance of that part. I think, and I always say that a football player that think about it is more intelligent also in the game. From what I know and what I see, the players that are looking outside the box, they are studying also. Inside the field, they read everything in a different way. But also I see that the players that thinking out the box or are studying, they are looking. They look to that player, to a rare player. He's a little bit strange. He reads a book, for example. He makes something. So it's not. I give you an example. My wife, before 1 month or something, she asked me, because always I take a book with me in the bus, and she asked me, there are some players that play with you that read some books, and I say no. And worse than that is that you take a book with you, and it's like this guy is reading books. It's like he's a little bit strange, you know. So the information is so big today. We have a lot of good examples. Tarantini is doing a job that I think nobody else was doing it before, you know. And the players have that information, have this opportunity to take it for something positive for the future, and they are looking like, okay, I have time for that. I don't know. I'm in Portugal. I'm away now for a lot of years. I was 5 years before. Tarantini for sure know more about it because he's living in a dressing room for all his life in Portugal with a small experience in Iran. So he can tell more about this. But I think it's not usual to see it.
Yeah, yes, David. Yes, I want to add that the players are aware of it. I don't believe that it's any player that cuts into his mind that I don't have to prepare myself. But usually they don't do the effort enough to, or they don't look enough to find solutions. For instance, you were saying, and I was sharing with the guys that you were taking part of a post graduation, online post graduation. So it's not an excuse to be working abroad and not continue your education. So the technology allows that now. That is possible also. So I believe that it's a question of mindset of the players. They know that they need to do it, but they don't do it. You know, I believe that happens a lot.
That's it.
Yeah, I would like to ask now a question to Tarantini. Tarantini, I visited your website and you have interesting numbers here. You're saying that only 16% of the players, the Portuguese players, can get into the first league. You say also then that more than 95% of the players never reach one of the big teams in Portugal, and that in average 4.7 years, it's the time that the players plays on the first league at the professional level. So what I'm trying to get here is that not every players reach the highest level. So those players should be even more concerned about their future. Okay. So my question to you, Tarantini, is what kind of advices do you give to those players? What kind of plan they should implement so then that when they left their careers, they can be more prepared? Because I believe it's two different things. You know, one thing is the top level player that has money and he should be concerned in how to invest their money, and the other one is this, well, not the not top level player that should be concerned. Okay, when I finish playing, I will have no job, I will have no money. So, what kind of advice do you have to those kind of players, Tarantini?
Ricardo, same the players reach a high level. The numbers set to us in NBA, NFL, Premier League, the players goes to the bankrupt in 5 years after the
5 years,
sport.
okay.
So the football give us a false question about the how it be the football, the life, the pink life. So it's all about, in my opinion, it's all about in planning. Planning is the word. Planning the future. Planning about the factors that I said a few minutes ago about the education investment of a high level education, and don't this problem is not about the I'm a doctor and I'm take care about my future, and no, it's about the can
The skills.
I can go to others markets, and with a deep. I don't know the diploma. No, I don't know if the
certificate like that.
Certificate, and I can work there. So not about education, but about the financial status. So these factors is very important to the planning about during our career. So because they are very important when we talk about the development of career, not about the future, but because our career is an opportunity to I don't know the ganhar, earn a lot of money.
Okay.
Probably in Portugal, the footballs in first league was in the first in first professions who earn more
money
after probably in the first. So we have a big opportunity to earn money, and what we do with him. With it, because many players, the first choice was to buy a big car. I don't know, and other things, and don't think about the future, about the day after the football. So this is only about planning our future. So my advice to the players, to the younger players, is planning the career, and think about the post career, what I can do, or what I would like to do in the after the football, and planning all the career. Think about this, because the problem, so the solution is not about earn a lot of money, because our I don't know despesas,
expenses.
Our expenses, yeah. So the solution is not earn a lot of money, and
it's
the people
spend less. It's to spend less,
and the people thinks the solution is that, but
okay. Okay, let's try to get a little bit more practical. Okay, and my question goes now to Diogo. I was invited once or twice to talk to former football players, to give them some advice in what kind of jobs should they choose after they play. You know, and usually they have one question: should I invest in an area related with football, because I already know about football, you know, I played football, I know people in football, and should I become a coach or buy a football academy or create a specific project, or should I invest in other areas that I don't know very well? What kind of answer would you give to a guy like this? Do you believe that the knowledge that the player collects during his career, it's enough for them to invest in something related with football, or should they try to diversify the kind of investments that they do, Diogo?
It's easy. The answer is easy. When you play football, we are going to have some knowledge that is going to be useful for any activity that you are going to have after your career of football. Okay. Let me say one thing that I tell to everybody: not all the players that are good players understand football. Okay. Or else you would have excellent coaches, because the greatest players always would be the best coach, and it's not like that. And you have players that are really intelligent inside the field, and if you question them to explain the game, they don't know to explain the game outside of the pitch. But inside the pitch, they are the best. They understand perfectly the game. Okay, so. You don't have a certificate of football because you play football. You have always to try to learn more things. Before answer your question, just complement Tarantini's answer. I think the most important thing that we can pass to the youngest is this thing. They are preparing themselves for the life. Normally in Portugal, for instance, we live 80 years. If you have an excellent career as Tarantini, it's perhaps the biggest career that most of all, you have 20 years of a professional football player. So you have more 40 years that you have to live. If you put your money or your efforts only in 20 years, you forget the other 40 years that you have in your life. So you are going to throw away half of your life.
Yes.
And that is not possible, okay? That is not possible. Answering your question, it's easy for me because I think the players should do what they know, the knowledge that they have. For instance, most of the players that have money, normally they have the dream. I have the dream, I like food, I like drinks, I'm going to open a restaurant. But they don't know anything about the business. So if you don't know anything about the business, you have just one thing, you have the money. You are going to put the money in the hands of a person. That person can be a good person or a bad person. So, but you don't know how to evaluate that because you don't know about the business. So if you are going to invest in a business, you should work in the business before you invest in that. You're going to a restaurant and you work in a restaurant. And then you think that, okay, this is good for me or this is not good for me because it's too work, because it's too expensive. I don't know. So first of all, you have to understand what you are doing. And then I think when you have good money, you have to have a team that can help you to get this knowledge, okay? You are not going to control everything, but you must understand what they are doing. And you must be exigent because you must ask them, why did you take this decision? And they have to answer you. And with this kind of knowledge, with this kind of maturity, I think you are going to control, okay, your portfolio. And now I can give you a practical example of what a portfolio, in my opinion, should be. In my opinion, if you have a lot of money, and I'm talking about 5% of the people that play sports, and I'm being too generous, I think. I think you should have 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. 1/3 for real estate, 1/3 for financial markets, and 1/3 for activity. When I'm talking about activity, it can be your business, it can be the money stopped in the bank account. Because if you have this dispersion, this diversification, when something goes wrong in 1/3, you have the other ones. So you always will be equilibrated. And I think this is the most important for you because if you have money, you just have to manage it. Money makes money, but you must be intelligent and you must know what are you doing. Because if you just buy a house or buy a car or make a business because someone tells you, hey, this is going to give a lot of money, okay, where is the business plan? Most of the people doesn't ask for the business plan. They just say, hey, you want to open a restaurant? This gives a lot of money. Okay, you can earn 10,000 a month. Hey, perfect. But they don't tell you that you have to pay Social Security, that you have to pay the taxes. So you must understand. And I finish telling you a message at Magic Johnson that now it's an example for all the players all the sport players in the NBA. And now you have also Shaquille O'Neal. They went to learn with CEOs from the companies, and now when the people ask them, "Hey, can you give me some advices?" The first question that he makes is this: who are the people that advise you? And when they tell him that are the family, my brother, my sister, he says the conversation stop here. They have because he says to them, they have the best. They want to help you the most they can.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, they don't have the skills to help you. Yeah. So you are not going to make the best for you. So you must follow and have the people next to you that can help you, even if they are not your friend or not. They are going to help you professional. Then you have the personal life that you can manage in another way.
Okay, Diogo, thank you very much. Useful tool, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. Okay, take notice.
Okay.
One of the useful tools. We have here a question from Deborah Scholes that I'm going to introduce on the screen, and I will ask David. A few minutes ago, said that some players think outside the box, and outside the box, it was meaning that those players that were concerned about studying, about reading, about everything else, they will be for sure more prepared for the future. Okay. And Deborah asks if you believe that thinking outside the box is something that you learn or is something that already is with you, that born is with you. What is your question about this, David?
I think it's something that you can learn. I think it's something that you can improve in your life. I don't believe that someone that with 18 years is the same person that is with 30 years. We are developing every time. It's very important that we have these parts to try to have a formation or learn, but also our environment, the people that we speak, that we are around. So I think it's something that you can learn. It depends on you, and I think is very useful for us.
Mhm.
But inherited, it's like it's something that comes from you, no? It's
Yes. Born is with you, that is always with yourself.
no, I think you can learn it, you can improve a lot, you can grow. I think our target, like a person, it's to be better every day, and be better every day. It depends on you, and depends also on the person that are around you, the person that you speak. That's from every person you can learn a lot.
Mhm. Okay, thank you, David. We have here another question that I will ask to Tarantini. It's about the involvement of the football agents, okay? And the question is, Tarantini, how can the agents help with this planning? And I will want to go a bit further, asking if they are doing a good job doing this.
But this question, I think, is good for David, because I don't like so many the agents. So I have, I think, two half agents in my life, in my entire career. So because of that. First of all, because I think that agents don't believe in me, in my potential, in my future, what I can do, because I feel a little out of the box. But I don't like to say that, because for the others. But I am that. My father, my mother told me one day that the studies would good for me in my future. So it's part of me to study, and I did, and I did a good career.
You are still
I
making.
can reach the first league, not the national team or the big teams in Portugal, but I think I'm leaving a mark in Portuguese. So I'm happy with my career, but I think the agents can do a better work in the about the business. Okay, it's the business is the business in the football, but in the other things, in the other part of the lives, and we talk about that education, because we like to say I like to say the football is good for the person. The football is good for the future of because the soft skills that Diogo Luis said previous, but and the future, where is the players, what they do right now, the big players in the 19s and the 18s, really the footballs care about their really the footballs care about the what they do right now. So the agents could do that work, and not only the agents but the clubs. But I think because the clubs do a contract 1, 2, 3 years, and they go for the other clubs, but the agents can do the part of the life of the players more time. So the agents, I think the agents don't care only about the business, but the other part of the life of the players.
Yeah, I can give you one example. Once I was invited by Luis Figo to go to the US to one of his tournaments over there to deliver a lecture to the coaches that were taking part. And well, all the adults, guys like me, I'm 40 years old, 41 years old. Everyone in Miami know Figo, but then the kids that were playing on the tournament, they don't know who he is.
Yeah.
And I believe that Tarantini is saying that the job of the agent should not be only doing the relationship between one club and the other, and earn money in the process, but accompany the players throughout their career. David, do you have the same opinion about this? Do you believe that? Of course, I'm not saying that all the football agents are the same. They are not. Okay. Such as in other industries, you have.
I don't know one differently. Okay, so let me know if you know. Let me know. I would like to know him.
I'm just being cautious because I don't know them all. You know,
there are some exceptions.
Me too.
Yeah. So I would like to ask you, David, do you believe that the work of the agents is being well done, or as Tarantini said, they only are concerned with the transfers and generating money with the transfers? What do you think about this, David?
My opinion is that we are living in a world that is moving a lot of money. You know, it goes very fast, everything, and the football player is looked in the last part. I can give you an example of one friend of mine, and it happens one month ago. It's a player that is not playing so much time, 6 months he's not playing, and he had an offer from a club, and the first things that the agent asked to the sport director was, how much is my commission? So when you think like that, you are not thinking only on the player. The perfect agent is the agent that wants the best for the player. It's normal that he need to have a good relation with the club, but his client is the player. So the perfect agent is to find the best club for the player, the best environment for the player, because he knows the player. It's different. If I am an agent and Tarantini is my player, I know maybe that he will not adapt to one kind of country. I give an example. It's not a kind of country. So I, like agent, I need to find the best solution for him sportively. I don't need to find the best solution only about the money for this moment, because maybe you take this player in that place, you will get some money, the player will get some money, but the probability to have a development there and to make a good job is not big. So me, like an agent, you need to think, I think in my player, and I need to find the best environment for him, financially, of course, but first sportively, because I want that he go there and he make a good job. I think there are an inverse part. The agent is thinking first about the financial part, and after that, okay, if the player play good, it's okay. You know, they are thinking like the society today, that they want for now everything. They want for now. They think for now everything. This is the biggest problem. Of course, there are good agents and bad agents, but I think there are more bad agents than good agents.
Can I say something, Ricardo?
Sure.
Just let me say a thing, because I talk with some agents, and I think the agents have a problem. First of all, they don't understand too much about how to manage a portfolio, how to manage a career. Just think about the sports situation. Second, they are afraid that if something goes wrong, the players are going to knock to their doors, and they are going to contaminate their how do I say, their business. So they are afraid of taking that step, because I think they don't think out of the box. We are talking about out of the box.
Or move to other agents. So
exactly. So they are always afraid of what's going to happen. And the last one, I think the players are the most guilty ones, because as Tarantini was saying, you must study. Okay. One of the most important things is that you must respect all the people and respect yourself. And the second one is that you must think for your head. So if you demand the things from your agent, okay, your agent comes to you and say, you are going to this club, and you ask why. Tell me why. Explain me why. What I'm going to earn. What I'm going. This is going to be good for my career, and you are going to put the agents in a situation that they are not used to. So they must be better. And I think the players trust in the agent. Okay, this is good for me. I sign, and then afterwards they are going to think, they are going to listen some things, and they are going to be disappointed with the agent. It's what happens in most of the situations. So I can tell you there are exceptions. There are agents there that understand the importance of planning afterlife. But I talk with some guys like this. But I must tell you that the players are the big problem. So in some cases, I have the agent that opens the door and then say, "Oh, this is important for you." But then I have the players that, okay, no, I don't understand. This is not good for me. I'm going to stay here. And then if they don't get out of their comfort zone, they are going to make bad decisions. Normally, that's what's happened. They are going to make bad decisions, investment decisions, and they are going to lose money. And when they finish the career, most of the times it happens like Tarantini said, 60% of the people that earn good money after 5 years are broken.
Yeah.
Okay, this is life they have to think.
Go on.
The agents, a little, I think 1 year ago, I think the agent is a good entrance to the event we talk about, all these problems we're talking now. But right now, I think the family, the wife, is the right person to enter the mind of the players, because right now the players of today expected everything to the agents, for the agents. So they expected the new club, the money, everything. So the agent,
the wife, even the agent goes and look for a wife for him.
The wife, because the wife can change everything. The wife, if you talk with the wife and talk about the problems they would take in the future, if you talk about with the wife about the 1 in 3 divorces, I think it's the divorces, and after they stopped the football in Portugal, happened this 1 in 3 football players after stop play football get divorces. So if you talk about that with the agents, they don't care. But if you talk about this with the family, the wife is different. So is the reason we talk about the event, the future, about these situations.
Sorry, Ricardo, can I tell just 2 things? First of all, the divorces is one of the main reasons for them to be broken after the career. Okay? And second one, I think to complement these ideas that we are talking about, I think the clubs also have an important issue in this subject. Okay, so especially when you receive youngest players that have 13, 14, 15 years old. If you put in their heads that this is really important, they are going to grow up with this idea. So they are going to be trained to understand that this is important for them, and not just when they achieve the first team, when they earn money. So I think they are going to be better prepared for what they are going to expect in the future.
Okay. About this, because I'm agree with Diogo. Talk about this and with the clubs in the youngest level, not the professional levels. Last year I talked about with some people about the federations, and I think the Portuguese players would be a card like a coach, a Portuguese coach with the Unites. I think I don't know the name of the license or something like
certificate.
That to play football. The players
that's a good idea.
It's a good idea, but right now can be a real situations to think the young players didn't stop who can stop the school and think about only about the football. Because the problem is that the card is I think is a good question and a good things to the Portuguese football in youngest level, and the professional level is utopia, but was good too, I think.
Okay, thank you. I have here a perfect question. It could fit each one of you, but I will ask it to David. I believe we're hearing a child crying on the background. So Deborah is asking, do each of you have kids, and do you encourage them to play soccer? So it's like the perfect question, like, okay, we're talking about this. You're saying that, okay, playing football is hard, having your careers is hard. There are people like football agents that don't usually misled you. It doesn't take you to the right path. Then you have a divorce when you stop playing, you know. So it's a lot of troubles. So Deborah is asking to David, will you encourage your child to play soccer? David?
It was not my child that was crying. It was my child. I would encourage to them to play soccer. It's a good question, but I think I will encourage them to make what they want, what they like, because I think today the young players it changed a lot from my time, and I'm not old, but today the young players, they think in football, and they think only about the part of the money and to have a good life. I think in our time we think about football because we really like to play football. And that's the part that it's important. When you want to encourage your son to make something, you need to ask him first of all if he have passion for that. Because if he have passion for that, he can manage a lot of disappointments that we will have in football. Because football, like me, Diogo, and Tarantini have in our career, we had a lot more defeats than victories, and they need to be prepared for that. Be prepared. If you have passion, it can be more easy to come up of that. So I think this is the most important. If you want to do something, do it with passion. Because after that, if you have some problems or some difficulties, with that passion, will be more easy to came up of that. I think the young players, as I said before, I watch them in the dressing room, and I watch a little bit back when I start professional football, and Diogo Luis was in my dressing room, and it's so different. It's not. I try to adapt on that mentality, but sometimes it's so difficult that I give you an example. I made the game last month, and we was preparing to start the league, and we play against a team from second division, and a young player from my team didn't play well, and we have a Spanish coach that put him on 60 minutes, and after 20 minutes put him out again. And that player, after that, in the dressing room, he posted 2 pictures on Instagram, and he was happy. And I was thinking, it's not normal that you don't have passion for football. You don't like that, because if you are happy for what you do on the field 1 hour ago, and you post that, you're I don't know, it's something really different. And I look at that, and I spoke with him after, and for him was something normal. And he told me, why you care about this? So I think that's it. This passion that we had before about this ball, and to be happy only because of that. I never think when I start to play football that I will earn a lot of money or I will play something. I dream about playing Champions League. For what money? I don't think about it. But today they grow up to have more followers on Instagram and to have a lot of money and good cars and good wives for the moment.
Okay, I have 2 more questions. One for Tarantini and another for Diogo. We were talking about Tarantini planning careers. Okay, so what is your plan after you finish playing? What will you do after you finish?
Is a good question, but I will play in the more 5 years. So no, I'm joking. Probably I play 1 year more, and I'm being prepared to this moment. Right now, I'm a coach at level UFA, so it's a way. But another things I can do. But right now I don't have only one way. So I'm being prepared for this moment. I want to decide this moment because these situations is important to the transition to quality to the post life is important too when the player decide finish its career. So and after I need to stop probably a time and think about the future because I think I'm prepared. I have probably the hard skills. But right now, I think is not the moment to make a decision because I'm a football player. I'm a professional football player. My mind is on the field. What I need to do on the field. So I don't know what kind of future is expect me, but I think it is good. And because I have in my career I don't play in big teams. I don't earn a title, so I need to win this kind of I don't know Taça Portugal, Portugal Cup or the. I need to win that. So probably, my future passed with a position who I can win this kind of the title.
Okay, perfect. So you are following Diogo suggestion. You have three options: 1/3, 1/3, 1/3.
Yeah.
And in 1 year you will choose. Okay, should I follow this, this, and that? Okay, perfect. that's right. Diogo, to wrap up, I would like you to give two advices that you would like to deliver to soccer players that, as Tarantini, they have about 1 year or so to leave the career. Which would be the two best advices that you deliver to a player like that? That's okay. I'm finishing my career in 1 year, so now I have to prepare everything so I can live playing football. Two advices, Diogo.
It's funny because I was going to give an advice to Tarantini before you make your question. First of all, I think you should not focus in any career. Okay. Because in Europe, I think that's a problem because when you go into agriculture, you are going to be a whole life in agriculture. But for instance, in the United States, if you are going to agriculture, you have the skills, the soft skills, you have the competencies, and if you earn that competencies, you can work in any other industry. So a football player that plays 19 years, that have graduated, that is doctor, has all the skills to look at the project that it's going to complete himself. So I think Tarantini should focus in what he wanted to do. After that, you are going to have the ways, and you are going to choose, but you don't have to be your whole life in that career. I would like to see Tarantini, just a part of the question, I would like to see Tarantini connected with football, because I think that not just in the field, I don't know if he wants to be a coach or not, but I think we need much more people outside of the pitch than inside of the pitch, because we have excellent players, excellent coaches, but we don't have excellent, how do you say, dirigents, excellent
managers.
Managers, okay. And I think we need greater managers to put our football in another level. Okay, so I think that's important, and that's important inside the Tarantini's cause, because if he can do this job, he also will can do the other things that he's already doing when he's playing football, is the education. So I think it's going to be a good example, and I think the football should grab Tarantini because it's an important example. So I think now the people that are going to finish career, I think that they should not be anxious. I think that they should not be lost as I was. Okay, I give you my example. I was lost, for example, I had money in the bank, and I was lost because in one moment I had the money entering all the months, and the other months I didn't have nothing. So psychologically, it's not easy for you. So you have to be prepared for that. Then you have to be prepared for other life. It's different. You are not going to play all days. You are not going to train all days, and especially if you make a mistake, you are not going to correct that mistake in the next week, because the life outside of football is more slowly, and that's a thing that I live with. But it's not easy because we are always 180 an hour, and then you pass to 20 an hour. You send an email, and the response came 2 or 3 days after. In the football, you send the ball, and the ball comes after to you. So I think this is a really good thing. And then I think don't make any mistakes. Don't invest just for investing. Try to understand what are you going to invest, why are you going to invest, what are the positive things, what are the negative things. If you can, I think you should have the passion for what you are going to follow, because I talk about financial markets with passion. I like what I do. It's not easy. I have problems, of course. I don't think that you have the perfect life, but I have the passion for football that I'm going to tell you. I lost a little bit of the passion when I was playing because of the people. Okay, that's why I'm saying that people like Tarantini should be in football, because when I got out of the football, I was angry with football. But then I think a little bit. I was not angry with football. I was angry with the people. Yeah. So now I have all again the passion for football because I like football. And the football is one thing that makes me think. I like to think about football. I like to think about the things inside the pitch, outside the pitch. So I think the best advice is don't be anxious. I think you should have the skills to go ahead. The project is going to pass for you, so you have to be with your open eyes. Mm-hmm. And then if you can have passion, grab it with your hands, and think that the things are going to be more slowly, and you are going to have problems, but think that you are going to live more 40 years. So you have to be concentrated, and always trying to learn other things. You have to have the humility. Okay, I think humility to understand that other people knows more than you. Mm-hmm. Okay, you were a good football player, excellent, but you are always learning with others, and you also will have something to give to the other persons that are going to contract you. And for finish, for example, in Portugal, I think we don't evaluate, we don't give the value that we should give to the sports players. Because the companies normally don't hire people that come from sports, especially with 35, 36 years old, because they think that the football players are always equal. They just think about football. They don't want to work. They don't. Mm-hmm. It's wrong. I already talked about that skills, that competence that we have that nobody else have, and I think that the football players and the people that work in football should be the right persons to put the football player in the other level outside of the pitch. And I think this is a great mission. Tarantini, you have a great mission. I think you go with heart. And if you need my help, I'm here because I have passion for these items.
There isn't a free lunch, so.
Yeah. But you have here Sports Embassy. You have here Sports Embassy that it's listening and it's here with us. And they have a great job inside of the sports. Okay, most of the people don't recognize them.
Yeah.
And they they are always trying to find solutions for the players without earning money. It's not easy.
They are giving light.
They give work, and they have great contents. Okay,
I know.
It's an example.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we have to wrap up. I want to thank you for the lovely conversation. This make all of the sense in this inside Soccer Hub. In Soccer Hub, we are concerned on delivering education worldwide. We are happy to have clients a bit all over the world, from Africa to the US to New Zealand to, so education, in my opinion, is the best way. Okay. It might take some time. It's not instant. You have to learn things. You have to put it in practice. You have to make mistakes. You have to correct the mistakes. You have to do it again. So it's a process. But all of this conversation makes a lot of sense in this specific context of Soccer Hub. So I would like to thank for the time of David Caiado, from Diogo Luis and Tarantini. Guys, you were the best. As Sports Embassy, you were saying, three big players, three big men. So thank you for being with us during this period of 1 hour. And I hope that all of us, as I usually say when I'm opening a course, that who looks for information, who looks to learn more, will be ahead of the others, because knowing that you need to learn more, it's something that shows that you are ahead of the others, okay? And people like this, like you guys, are the ones that are going to make an impact in the future in this sport. So as Diogo was saying, I believe that Tarantini has a place in sport, in football. I believe the same as Diogo. We have too many good coaches on the pitch, good coaches outside the pitch, and I believe that Tarantini do this job in future. The same with David, that is always looking for new knowledge to improve himself, not only as a football player, but as a person also. So I believe that you three guys, you have to go out there and make an impact in football and improve things, okay? So guys, thank you very much for your time, and I hope that we can get together soon and go deeper into these ideas, and not only talk about it, but start implementing, start doing things, so the sport can be better in the future. Okay, guys, thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Sorry about my English.
Me too.
Thank you,
guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you.